right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the settings video that we all been waiting on. Actually, have you been? But if you have, I have the settings video for controller players. Unfortunately, I haven't played a lot of mouse and keyboard on Battlefield 6. So today we're gonna go over the most important settings that you need to change today, right now, or play around to see what works best for you using a controller. Okay, so there is a few issues that's going on with Sony controllers for Battlefield 6, and the dead zone is not working as it should be. So that's what's happening. If you have a Sony controller and you feel like your aiming is off, if you feel like your aiming is not right, it's too complicated to go from player to player, it feels clunky, that's the reason why. That's because the dead zone is a square essentially instead of a circle. It should be a circle, and that's how it makes your aim a lot smoother, and it makes, you know, the playing with a controller, the experience of it, worthwhile, right? So today we're gonna go over some of the things that I did to make the game feel like every other game that plays on controller well, right? So today we in the controller settings in BF6. It is season 1. They tried to do some changes that haven't gotten to be in effect yet, right? So therefore we're still waiting on a new patch notes to be put out, so that way we know what is actually working and what is not working. So some of the things on season 1 that came out is actually not in the game. They tried fixing bloom, or at least kind of like lessen it out. It's still kind of crazy. The controller still kind of crazy. Thankfully, I'm not using a Sony controller. I'm actually using the Razer Wolverine 8 hertz polling rate, whatever controller. So I don't think I have that issue. So everything is good. So let's get right into it. So I'm using the Infantry 1, not custom, because I have back buttons already preset. I don't need to work with any of this. If you do, that's on you, but that's just what I do. So you go to controller settings, and as far as infantry aim sensitivity, for me, I'm at 50 with it. For you, it might be different. If it's too fast, bring it down. You don't have to copy this exactly to the T, but I'm just giving you something to look at, so that way you could see and make adjustments and understand exactly what's going on. Like I said, dead zones for PS5, PS4 controllers are kind of doomed right now, so I'll show you how to kind of combat that a little bit, but it'll go for every controller. So you want to play around with the aim sensitivity on that one. Field of view, I play on 120. My vertical and my vertical aim ratio and my vertical zoom ratio, they're both at 56. You can play with that too if it's too fast. My uniform infantry aiming is off right now because I feel like aim assist is too strong. I mean, aim assist is way too strong in this game, and it's not allowing me to transition from player to player smoothly. So this is the reason why I turned it off for now. Maybe when the patch note comes out, I might have to do another video turning it on and checking things out that way, and your aiming settings will change, right? As things get better, they start fixing more things, it'll change. So infantry aim assist is at 100%. Infantry aim assist slowdown, now that one is what kind of makes your aim assist feel so strong. So for me, the sweet spot is between 70 to 80, 82-ish if you feel like you're missing your shot. So if you're really good and you really focused and zoomed in, dialed in, 80 should work good. Even 75 should work good also. It'll give you that Call of Duty aiming feeling, right? That's what we're all searching for. That's what we all looking for, because right now the dead zone are so messed up. So that's what we're looking for. The aim input curve, we have BF1, BF4. Infantry zoom input. Infantry's zoom aim input curve is BF1, BF4. Stick input acceleration presets, mine is at the BF4, BF3, BFBC. Now mind you, I'm playing on PC. For you, things might look a little different if you're on an Xbox or a PS5. Aiming left and right acceleration, mine is at 25. I've been playing around with this a little bit because I feel like my aiming in multiplayer is different in red sec. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but I'll play multiplayer and dial things in. I'm like, okay, I'm warmed up, I'm ready to go to battle royale, and when I get there, things feel a little different. I don't know if you guys noticed that also, but for me, it feels a little different. Let me know in the comment section if you feel the same way, and while you're here, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe also if you haven't. Thank you in advance. But for me, that's how it feels different. So I almost have to dial things in while I'm playing battle royale to make sure, okay, I'm ready to go, I'm good. So next we have movement. Infantry sprint is on toggle. Double tap forward to sprint is off. Sprint is just, I like the feeling of automatic sprint. So what I did was I rebind this to just flicking the stick up. So if you like that, if you like the automatic sprint, that's how you're able to do it. If not, you're gonna have to keep pushing down to start sprinting, and to me that was just a whole lot of pushing down on my controller. I don't want the wear and tear. I'd rather just push up and go from there. But if you like playing the way you're playing right now, there's nothing wrong with that. The crouch toggle sprint is the stand. Vault over sprint is on. Slide I left empty. Crouch slide is on all. Double tap crouch for sprint slide is on for me. Now infantry weapon zoom is on hold. Zoom is normal. I left the steady scope on hold. That's on normal. Steady scope, what I did was I rebind this also to pushing down to hold your breath while you're sniping to focus up. In the infantry zoom aim sensitivity, I left at 80%. The reason why, I'll explain. So the zoom transition sensitivity smoothing, I turn off. The reason why that is off is I don't want to have different zoom sensitivity across the reticles, right? That breaks your aim a little bit. So if you're sniping, it's going to be a different zoom sensitivity. If your iron sight is going to be a different aim sensitivity, zoom sensitivity. If you're using a 2 times, if you're using a 3 times, all of those you can set to different sensitivities. In my opinion, I found it to be easier to just keep one sensitivity across the board, where I don't care if it's iron sights all the way to a sniper. It's all the same. You just got to find that sweet spot where when you have an enemy that's a little bit closer with a sniper, you're still able to track. Same as 2 times or 1 time, whatever it is, you still be able to track. So find that sweet spot where you'll still be able to track iron sight all the way through a scope on a sniper. So that's how I set it up. I don't want to break my zoom aim sensitivity. I don't like that when you have to set it to each zoom sensitivity, if you get my drift. But that's how I have it. You don't have to. You could set each individual reticle to your zoom aim sensitivity. That's all up to you. Now, this is a guide. You don't have to go, you know, number by number. Feel it out, see if it works for you. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments what you did differently. That'd be great. I'll be able to know, you know, what works best for people, which is awesome. So now we're gonna scroll down. I think that's it for the zoom. So parachute, I'm actually gonna go with tethered only. That's the one I'm gonna go with. I've been playing around with it. I found it this one to be a lot easier and better for me. Interact and reload. And now that we in red sec, prioritizing interacting with boxes is a lot better. So I put it on that one. Now if I'm playing multiplayer, there's no boxes, there's nothing to really interact with. I prioritize reload instead when I'm in multiplayer. So, you know, which one you play more will determine which one you're gonna choose in this setting. Interact, toggle. Skip revive I have on toggle. Request revive I have on toggle. So the skip revive thing, instead of, the reason why I have it on toggle, instead of holding it to basically off yourself in the game, you just push the button and it does it by itself. So that way you're just not holding the button, you just push the button and it goes by itself. I like that a lot better. Mount breakout I have on instant. Mount type I have side and up. I left the mount preset on combo. Peak type I left on side and up, which is perfect. Make sure to disable gyro. across the board. Even if you don't have gyro on your controller, which I don't believe I do. No, I don't. Even if you don't, just go ahead and disable it. You don't want anything to be confusing. In flick look, I have on always, and I left both of these on 90% and 100%, which is default, which is amazing. This is the first section I should say, of the controller settings. Now, as far as ground and transport, I'm not the biggest aircraft, player yet. I'm still learning, right? There's a lot to learn. Like I said, you need a pilot's license to be piloting on any aircraft in Battlefield 6. So the vehicles are easy. You could go through that yourself. They're quite easy. Helicopter, same. So let's go right into the joystick. Now, this is very important. Your joysticks are going to be in two different places. Your joystick dead zones are going to be in two different places. So you have this one, which is by itself. It's not isolating right or left. The center dead zone, for me, my controller basically has no stick drift or anything like that. So my center dead zone is at 1. I could literally play on 0. It would make no difference, but I put it at 1. Your axial dead zone is where the issue lies with how your controller input feels in the game. With default, it starts at 6. Now that's pretty high, right? It feels a little clunky there. It's hard to move because you're moving your stick first, right? It's traveling, but the game is not registering that you're moving it. That's why it feels so clunky. So if you drop your actual dead zone, I don't know why I'm having issues. Axial dead zone lower than 6, right? I would start at 2. If you have a really good controller, I would start at 2. I wouldn't go to 0. I would start at 2 and make your way up. Sometimes you might be good at 3 or even 4. That's still better than 6. So try it out. Let me know if it works or not. This is the first place you could find your dead zone. Second place to find your dead zones, which is individually your right stick and your left stick. If you scroll all the way down, controller tuning, now you will find both sticks right here, your left and your right, and also your trigger dead zones. So now I basically mimicked the first dead zone option. The left one is at 1, the right is at 1. The axial dead zone, they're both at 2. I just mimicked it and left the max input threshold on 100%. Now make sure to have your dead zone triggers left and right at 0, so that way instantly as soon as you push it, you're shooting. It's perfect. Okay. And next, what I wanted to let you guys know, and make sure controller vibrations is off. Okay, I hope you did that already. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if that worked out for you. Or are you gonna try it? But let me know. I've been really messing with this controller settings in this game since it's been out. I've been just trying to find the perfect aiming sensitivity for myself, right? So of course you are going to probably have to go through the same thing, right? Because things change daily and you got to change with it. So I appreciate you watching this video. I'm glad I brought this to you guys' attention. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. Good night.